Hey, what is going on, guys? Hex coming back again today with a brand new video, and as always, down in the title below will be the topic we're talking about today. So, My Hero Academia episode 3 and or episode 16 for some, I believe. Now, so this episode, I really want to dive into the very ending for like what's happening next, just before we get into the actual episode itself, because I know most people won't make it to the end of the video, and I just want to get this off my chest and out of here real quick. So the Cavalry battle is the thing that's happening next. So it's really a head-to-head, teams are like, what, 4, I believe they said. And this means Deku is going to have to use his powers within these next episodes. Like next episode immediately. One, he got first place, therefore he's worth the most points in the Cavalry battle. So right then and there, Deku is, going to have to use his quirk, because there's no way he can tactically just get around this. He can't do what he did with the landmines. He's not going to be able to do that. No. Bakugo's going to be going right at him. Momo even saw her with her evil eyes. Everyone's going to be going right at Deku, because if you knock out Deku, then that's a shit ton of points. Right then and there, you're like guaranteed to be in the next round to move on forward, right? So right then and there, we know that Deku's gonna have the target on his back, correct? So there's no ways to be able to get around, this with tactical use. Like, once again, like the explosion. So he's going to have to use his quirk in order to defend himself, defend his teammates. Because obviously he's going to need his teammates, because he can't just take on 1 vs 100, right? Unless he's Urza, which was badass given Urza, but. I'm just saying, he's going to have to be using his quirk, so I'm really excited to see what they come out with this next episode. But other than that, guys, if you could really quick, just let me know if I'm picking up a lot of background noise. It's getting a little warm over here in Illinois, so I just want to know if you guys could kindly let me know if I'm picking up too much background noise. Do I need to turn the AC off while I'm making these videos, or am I good to go? Just let me know, and that'd be super duper helpful. So another thing I really do appreciate about this episode is, in this arc, is the tournament's really going to flesh out our characters. Whenever I say flesh out, not necessarily just, their characteristic or give them characterization per se, right? I mean, that's to show us their powers. It's really going to put them on display, so we see all these different abilities. It's going to be really, unique, and that's kind of like something in Naruto. The Great Ninja War allowed us to see like all these different kind of techniques, jutsu, and that's what the tournament arc for My Hero Academia is basically doing, right? And I'm really glad to see that, because they're abusing the privilege, and that's something that's is good to do, because we get introduced to all these characters last season in the first arc, right? And we could have just been left hanging to where we focused on Deku in a small selected group. No, they're gonna focus on all these characters, and it's going to allow us to see their powers on full display. Which a superhero anime, it should do that, and it's hitting the nail right on the damn head. And I'm really happy to see that going on. And I love Racerhead's commentary. Can I just say that Racerhead's commentary is so damn good. And it wasn't that the other classes were performing bad. Eraserhead states that. It's the fact that Class 1A has seen live combat. They know if you don't react, if you hesitate, you're going to die. Maybe you'll die anyways, but if you hesitate, period, you're gone. You're a goner. You have to just go. And that's something that other classes don't know yet. They haven't experienced a life or death situation. So that, it makes a lot of sense. It's really just cool to see that kind of aspect of what it means to be a hero. You have to be able to just react, just go. You know what I mean? You can't be scared. And if you are scared, you have to like kind of condense that into a little ball and let your pride, your courage, overshadow that, right? So that's something I really did enjoy from this episode. So we also learned that Endeavor is actually Todoroki's dad, the superhero that is only second to All Might. And we saw Endeavor in season 1. I can't remember exactly how he looked. I'm gonna have to probably go back and just type in Endeavor season 1 Boku no Hero anime and see what he looks like in the image. I can't remember. I know he controls flames though. That's one thing. And I'm wondering if Todoroki's kind of an outcast to his father, simply because he controls ice. Obviously, fire, ice, they don't mix very well. They say that in Fairy Tail all the time. But yeah, they don't mix very well, obviously, right? So I'm wondering, like, did he shame his son because Endeavor's family's always been prideful due to their the way they could use their fire powers, rather than Todoroki gets ice? It's kind of like, what the hell happened with him? How did he get ice? We've always been fire. And maybe he doesn't see him as an equal, see him as a higher to the family name per se. So I'm really interested to see what's going on with that. Now, I'm going to actually make another Naruto reference here in the sense of I want to compare Deku to Naruto in a sense really quick here. And some of you guys were like, whoa, heck, so these are totally different plots and stories. They feel totally different. No, that's what I'm getting at, though. It's the he's like, Deku's kind of unpredictably smart. He'll do reckless things that really work out, that are really actually kind of thought through and or logical. And he's just so unpredictable. Once you put Naruto in or Deku in a corner, you never know what they're going to do. And, Deku keeps showing us that. And it's really cool to see how he dug up all those landmines and, used the armor that was left from the robots to propel himself, and then he does it again to blow up Todoroki and Bakugo so he can win the race. I really did enjoy that. It's just, whenever you use your surroundings, like your surroundings per se, I think it's really cool. I think if you use, I think that's what separates certain animes from others is, if you can use your surroundings to your advantage, it adds more dynamic to the fight. Therefore, the fight's gonna not be as generic. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be more, original per se. It's gonna give it that original-esque kind of feel to it. And I'm really freaking so happy to see that shows abuse that, and especially My Hero Academia. It's just so cool to see, and that's something I really just want to throw out there. Now, at the same time, I want to talk about, we see some of the villains watching the show, right? The one that attacked All Might with no meal even, and this is one thing that's bad for Deku. We see that now he has a target on his back for the Cavalry war, right? Since he won and got first place in the race. But it means in real life, like, just in general, he's gonna get saw through. People are already comparing his powers to All Might. Now, once all these heroes see that his powers are similar to All Might, then it's gonna be like, oh shit. They're gonna catch on. They're going to catch on eventually. And even if they don't catch on, they're going to be at least suspicious. And which means they're going to be going after Deku. And they're going to want answers. They're going to come at him. They're going to want to know what the fuck's going on. So, I really thought that was cool and interesting. I think that's basically some foreshadowing. And it did it in like a subtle way. Just kind of like, hey, let's just show some villains watching this and play some cool music so people don't really catch on to this. I think they were foreshadowing there that things to come, once this is all said and done, Deku's gonna have a target on his back, not just from his comrades, his allies, his friends, but from villains. So I'm really cool to see where the show goes. I'm really excited. Next episode is probably gonna be crazy, man. We're actually gonna see the head-to-head combat. We're gonna see powers in full use. So that's something that I can always look forward to. But as always, guys, you've been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, X25, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.